We are live once again. This
Welcome
isn't really
back.
Yeah, this isn't live as in we're live streaming this. This is
We're live on this microphone.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. And we are on episode 27.
Yes, sir.
Damn, we got a
I'm
long...
back.
Oh yeah, Justin's back.
I'm back, baby.
I don't know where you went.
I was on. I told you on the last time I was here. I went on a journey. Just like a free spirit now. You know, everything. I had like so much weight on my shoulders, and now I do what the fuck I want to do.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it, man. Let's see. There were just things I wanted to talk about, but they just completely vacated my head. Oh yeah, so t-shirts. We got to do t-shirts. We got to figure that whole situation.
Terrorisk t-shirts. Should we tell them about the other one?
I think the design's already floating around there.
Terror
Floating up
bitch.
there. Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
for the ladies.
For the ladies. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. We got Terrorisk.
I don't know what your
boys.
fans would like. I mean, so listen, it's wintertime. Hoodies are always a good idea. T-shirts and tank tops for men. And then if you want to do like a girl's tank or just more hoodies and bandanas, like you said, that's a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. So how's your job been?
Job is a job, you know, like we go there to work to survive. I want to like somehow like break out of it. But you know,
I mean, we do that. Like there is, it's like unanimously agreed between all like serious philosophers. There's only one real important question in life.
and that's what.
Should I kill myself? Yes or no? I mean, it's such a distressing question because like it's so painstakingly argued for and against because like it's really hard to argue against. Like, I mean, intellectually, you really think about like the meaning of life. There probably isn't one, and you're like, well, you know, at this point, I'm just suffering and making others suffer inadvertently by being alive. If we all just killed ourselves, that would be like true peace. And so yeah, that's, you know, it's just the way when you bring up like work and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, what's the purpose of all this working? What's the purpose of doing any of it? I can't think of it.
Pay the bills, you know, just.
Yeah, like why?
Well,
Pay the bills.
people survive or thrive, and then, you know, you got to find a way to thrive. And you know what? You might not find a way to thrive until you're fucking 46. So just like, don't give up. That's the only thing I could say. I'm not going to take the coward's route, man. If I got to suffer, fucking, I'll make everybody suffer with me. Fuck it, if you want to say that. But I'm going to live. I'm going to take the most I can.
Yeah, man. I agree. Yo, remember that? Were you there that night with Brendan when we were watching fucking World War Z?
World War Z, no. I'd never even seen that movie. It's Brad Pitt, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think it was a night where it was me, Brendan. I don't know if it was you or Chris, but one of you guys left early and just left me and Brendan.
I definitely left you and Brendan for sure.
Yeah, so I got pissed off at Brendan that night because he was like, you know, we were watching World War Z, and he was afraid I was going to fall asleep. He kept bugging me about it. He was like, are you going to fall asleep? I was like, no, chill. Because like I was like, so what if I do? You know, I'll still make sure he gets home. And he kept bugging me. Eventually, I flipped out. I was like, yo, can you just shut the fuck up? And he got so defensive. And I was like, I wish I explained it to him then. But like when I reflected on it, I was like, dude, you got to understand. Like you got to understand where I started from and where I got to. So like, you got to trust that I'm at least competent enough to know to be able to get a friend home, like when he needs to get home. And it's also there was that
smash that night. I remember that night.
Yeah, and then there was also the bias, like, dude, fuck you. Like, who the fuck are you telling me to micromanage me, like you of all people? And that's like a really bad way to look at it. But it was funny because it's true. I'm like, bro, you could have managed life without being addicted to heroin, and you're gonna fucking bug me. Like, clearly, I make the better choices. And like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not trying to badmouth anybody, but he was just smashed that night.
No,
It
wasn't bad mouthing. It was just me explaining myself. I was like, honestly, that's why I was pissed. Like, but it, you know, it's not like something you could really explain to some people, and I don't know. Some people are just really set in their ways. Yo, does this grinder have like an ashtray on top of it?
It does, but I never use it because, like, why would you want to get the fucking grinder mad dirty? My brother got it for me for my birthday last year.
True.
So that's the only reason why I have it. So it's kind of sentimental, but at the same time, I have grinders that are way fucking better than that one.
Hells yeah, brother.
I'm a major league pothead, so, you know, like,
Speaking of,
I've been in the game for years.
You want to light up a weed? Should we do a spliff or a Jeter?
Derek Jeter.
All right, let's smoke a Jeter.
Help yourself. You want to smoke one each to the face? Have you ever smoked one of these to the face?
I don't want to do. I don't want.
Yo, man, we're gonna go to Mars. You sure?
Yeah.
I've been to Mars after I ate 8 grams of mushrooms. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I feel like I'm just. It sounds like I'm bragging about it at this point.
No, dude. If it clearly had like
it had like I went on like a spiritual fucking awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel great.
I'm glad. I think it's great that you.
I'm healing from like my ex. You know, I'm moving on, and like that's really. I'm just gonna try to live life and enjoy what I want to do. And fuck whoever doesn't like it. You can like it or you can learn to love it. Those are your fucking options.
Damn, Justin, that's very masculine. You are a high T individual.
Am I?
You know what that means?
No, what does that mean?
High testosterone.
No, not really. I'm not high T.
Yeah, you are, bro.
Got a fucking hairy chest.
That's pretty high T.
Got a hairy ass too.
That's a little higher than high T, dude. That's like 8-man status.
I do think I'm a Neanderthal sometimes.
Yeah.
I have caveman head for sure. I definitely have Fred Flintstone boulder head, you know. It's not my fault. I gotta blame my upbringing, blame my dad.
You know what I actually thought about earlier today?
What's that?
Remember those old Geico commercials, the caveman so easy a caveman could do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those commercials were actually very funny. I mean, we could watch it later, but like, I mean, what was interesting in my head when I thought about it, I was like, that commercial was way ahead of its time. Because what that really did, that foretold like cancel culture media. You know how like, all right, so like let's say you have that advertisement. So easy, a caveman could do it. And the joke is like the caveman would see that ad and be like, what the fuck?
Oh,
what is
I remember that. He'd be on the bus. He's like, oh, yeah, so easy. I could do it, bro.
Yeah. Like,
trying to press the get-go.
Like there was a really good one where he was at the fucking psychiatrist's office. And then he was like saying like, well, how would you feel if the ad said so easy a psychiatrist could do it? And she was like, well, that's ridiculous. And he's like, why? And she's like, because psychiatrists are, and he's like, what, smart? You know, like, so it was funny. And like I thought that was interesting because it really is a lot like fast forward to today. That's exactly the same shit as like cancel culture. Like, just replace cavemen with anything. Yeah. Black people, gay people, women. Trans. So easy a woman could do it. So easy a black person. So yeah, it was hilarious. It wasn't the same kind of funny as it like really hits better now. Like looking back, and I was like, holy shit. So anyway, there's your representation, Justin.
So you're saying I'm a fucking caveman. See, it's different when I say and I make fun of myself, but when you say it to me, it just sounds like you're making fun of me. I don't like that.
I never called you a fucking caveman.
Called me a fucking caveman on your podcast.
I called you high T.
Ooga, aga, aga.
You said caveman.
This episode might be called Caveman.
Oonga boonga.
Yeah, nah, it's cool. Just fuck with you. But yeah, back to the original question, how's my job? I mean, my job is my job. Like, I'm doing good now, but you know, once I get that tax season money, I can't wait for that. Woo!
I'm trying to do the podcast with you. You'd be doing like caveman Justin shit, like unga tax. Unga.
Jeff Corbin is a fucking caveman too. Jeff Corbin's my alter ego. Hopefully, you have fans in other states who don't know this, so I probably shouldn't have said that name. But if you hear the name Jeff Corbin, it's bad news for you, bud.
I'll keep an ear out for Jeff Corbin.
Well, you have fans in different states, right?
I got fans in different area codes.
Well, if you got a payday loan out in your name.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we recently got this interesting new subscriber. Most of our new followers are probably going to be from YouTube because YouTube has the video content and a lot of people.
That's great. People like video content.
Yeah,
they love it.
Yeah, they do.
Get us smoking a joint.
Yeah. I mean, I like making the video content. I think it really lets me sharpen my skills in video editing, which is probably going to be useful for my future endeavors, to be honest.
Well, you know, like I said, week by week, you improve the podcast.
We need T-shirts, dude. We really do need T-shirts. I need a T-shirt. If it's something I really want for myself, then I've decided that's what the podcast needs. And I want a T-shirt.
I want a T-shirt. I want a hat.
A bandana.
No, hat.
Just a hat?
That hat. Like this janky hat I'm wearing, but black one says Terrorisk.
We could look into the budget.
We'll see.
Dip into the budget for a hat.
Get sunglasses, maybe?
Yeah.
No, we need stickers. Oh, we need
Stickers?
stickers.
Stickers.
Oh boy, do we need like 10,000 stickers.
Where are you gonna stick them?
Well, we'll put 100 at Hot Topic. Just put a stack of them on the counter.
Yeah.
We're going to like random stores like that. You know, we just give them out for free. Everywhere we go. Anywhere we go.
True.
You go get a fucking sandwich, put a fucking 100 down on the counter.
I should have the stickers like have a QR code.
Even if they throw them out, like fuck it. Oh yeah, and the sticker should come with a QR code.
Yeah.
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 You heard it here. Good thing I can't speak for your podcast. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks. It's a bit of a tongue twister, true. Yeah, so we should have a QR code, I guess, on the stickers.
And what's the QR code gonna get you? 5%
It'll-
off on a t-shirt?
no, it'll just link you to our fucking YouTube, so you'll see what it's about. There has to be 2 sets of stickers. One with the QR code and one with just the logo. The one with just the logo will be better for novelty and posterity, whereas the one with the QR code will be better for utility. Because, I mean, it'll work. Like, we just stick that there. People get curious, scan it.
It's a good idea.
Hell's
It's a very
yeah.
good idea. But talking about it and doing it are 2 different things. But you know, there's budget. I get it.
I mean,
There's the
first,
budget
before the
behind it.
QR code thing, I could just make the regular stickers.
Well, yeah, you need to make the QR. How easy is that to do? I don't know
Oh,
anything
there's a
about that.
bunch. Dude, you could just get a QR generator.
Okay. I didn't know it was that easy. Again, I'm a caveman. I wouldn't know anything about this stuff, so.
Yeah, you plug in a link, and then you scan it. You scan the QR code, and it'll take you to that link, and it could link you to the YouTube, which is where most of our viewers are probably going to see us. And yeah, I mean, the video content. It's my shit. It's my favorite shit. I thought that we had we had that cool idea with the slingshot tournament. You know, because I have a slingshot, and loser has to get maced in the face.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not getting maced.
Well, then just win. Like, just-
I'm not playing.
Okay.
I'm just not going to put myself in the situation where I can get maced 50-50.
Would you get tased?
No fucking way. I'm fighting.
Let's see. There has to be like an acceptable wager. You know, something that's interesting enough.
Cash.
That's not interesting.
That's interesting. How much you got?
Yeah, it's interesting for us if we're playing, but I mean for the viewer, like, oh, I want to see this guy lose because this is what happens to the loser. Or I want to see this guy win because the winner gets to do this to the losers or something, you know, like.
I'm not putting myself through harm.
Okay.
That's it.
No harm. What about discomfort? Mild discomfort.
What does that mean?
You know what? I'm just going to think of something. I'll think of something. But this is why I can't immediately act on it. If I acted on the tournament whatever idea now, it'll be like a half-assed form of like video content. You know, I got to like really have a good like carrot on a stick, you know? To make the participants and the viewers feel like they want to follow. So that's my strategy with that, Jim.
Not getting tasered.
You don't have to get tasered. You don't have to do any of that.
Maybe I'll take maybe like. You know what I'll take?
What?
10 lashes on the back.
Yo, next time I go to a rave, you should come with me.
A rave?
Mm-hmm.
And do what?
Party.
No, don't you dare, you sick man.
I said party, do drugs.
I hate you.
Sorry.
Oh my God, you sick fucking bastard. Guy throws the Jetas out when they're so big. This ain't regular weed.
I forgot they're small too. They're small little joints.
Get your dirty mitts off it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, rave. I'm not against it. You invited me to one before.
Yeah. You should go to the one that I'm DJing.
I'm not gonna do any drugs though. I'm kind of off drugs. Cleanse my palate. Just mushrooms, and if it comes from the earth, then I'll eat it.
Everything comes from the earth, dude.
Well, if it's fucking like manufactured somewhere,
Still from the earth.
fuck that. No,
What do you mean?
you're not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go eat cocoa plants. I know, I understand that. Or fucking, opiate plants. I'm not gonna fucking straight eat an opiate plant. I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna just smoke weed and mushrooms and eat mushrooms. That's it. I'm done. Maybe I'll do like DMT. And maybe like when I'm old, I might do some fucking peyote.
I definitely can't not do drugs. I'm a musician, so I
You love cocaine.
I have a life license to do drugs.
Cocaine. The cocaine cowboy.
Oh, cocaine. Yeah, cocaine's a terrible drug. I'm definitely not trying to do that shit every day. I know.
How could anybody? I know people who do it. Yeah.
What do you mean? How could anybody? It's a really easy drug to fall into as
Yeah,
a daily
but like,
habit.
it's a very expensive drug.
Well, I mean, it's not the fact. It's not how much it costs.
See, now this is done.
It's not how much it costs, because if like you could buy $50 worth of weed and you could make that last X amount of time. The only thing is with coke is it goes really fast. That's the thing about it. Like, if
And the high goes really fast.
yeah,
too.
like there's nothing stopping you from making $50 worth of coke last you for like 2 weeks. There's literally, except you. You're the one that's gonna end up inevitably doing the whole thing in a single night.
So like my mushroom trip, my 8 grams, I spent $50 on that, and that was the best $50 I spent on drugs in my entire life.
Yeah, obviously. I think it's definitely a more worthwhile investment, but it's also not something you could do every weekend. You
No,
you
I'm not gonna do mushrooms. Like they say, you need to at least have like a 3-week break
Yeah.
in between doing mushrooms.
Yeah. So, but cocaine, on the other hand, you could definitely do that every
Cocaine.
weekend.
It calls my name sometimes, but it's like Bambino. But I fight it. I fight the urge.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about coke on its own. I usually like to drink.
Yeah, no, it's a party drug.
Hells yeah.
You gotta be partying.
Hells
You gotta
yeah.
be drinking, dancing,
Hells yeah.
fucking music vibing, going to the bathroom, turn into the Ultimate Warrior, come back out. You know,
I don't like the coke room. I don't like the
You
coke
don't like
room.
the
at the
coke
party.
room?
I don't like the coke room.
I am the coke room.
No.
Well, I was the coke room.
Uh,
I was the coke room. I'm not anymore, but
no.
I used to sniff lines longer than the Verrazano Bridge. There was one day, me and my chef, when I used to work at the restaurant, I won't name any names.
Yeah.
We split a 50 bag, me and the chef, and we sniffed a 50 bag in one line each. Like that. They sniffed the whole shit. We were fucked up.
Hells yeah.
It was a great time. I used to love coke. Am I retired from coke? Yes. But who to say I can't come out of retirement? Just like Michael Jordan.
I know what could get you to do coke.
Who?
If my music career ever like did gain any bit of traction,
You're a sick man.
what?
I'm not doing coke.
And I got you to be my manager.
And what you want me to do? Manage your coke?
Yeah.
I just manage the drugs you take?
No, I'd have to call someone and be like, "Yo, Justin, I kind of need some Percocet, some Xanax. I need some coke." Like,
Listen, I know a guy. I'm like the middleman extraordinaire. I know somebody who always knows somebody, and that's it. That's how I get anything I want.
well,
I kind of just put my hand out there and just like grab a handful, whatever I can, and just trade it to somebody for cash.
yeah. So I don't know. That would be fun though. You know, like just traveling. I'll be playing some like.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna name names again, but if you ever link up with the guy I was telling that we were just on the phone with, you know, his music career has taken off.
Yeah.
He's been with celebrities. You know, it could probably benefit your music career. It's baby steps, you know.
Yeah, man. I hate my music career. I just wish I could just make music, but you gotta like work to make people like listen to you, and it's all very shitty.
Well, it's a very competitive industry.
Yeah, but I'm not really worried about the competition, to be honest. I mean, everyone's gonna
Do it because you want to do it, and then everything else will come.
For sure. Everyone's gonna do things their own way anyway.
Just do what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah,
You decide not to make music. Nobody's gonna be mad at you. You decide to keep making music. Your fans will somebody will word of mouth, man. Like it gets into the right ear, and then that's it. That's all you need.
Hells yeah, man. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I mean, all right, right now, I don't know if you care, but using that machine, I was planning on working on like a live set instead of just DJing, you know, like playing.
Should I grab it and show the camera or no?
No, it's all good. You know how to do
Okay,
that.
yeah.
But like instead of just playing like DJ sets, you know, I could just like play like songs, tracks that I just make on the fly on stage, you know, like you saw the way I was doing it, you know.
Right.
Like that remix. You like that remix?
I loved it. I was like really. I think it needs something else. Like so, you have the bass, you have the hook.
Nah, I'm gonna use a different bass, but
I
yeah,
think we're gonna play around with that bass.
I'll work on it, and I'll do something really cool with it. I'm not gonna waste it. It's gonna be cool. It's a good idea. And so yeah, I'm just gonna do shit like that. I'm gonna do shit like short form remixes like that, remix videos for like Instagram, and then I'm gonna do like longer sets for like live performances, and hopefully like maybe in between that still have time to make the songs like the way I'm used to, you know, which is like on the DAW on the computer.
Right. Okay.
I like because like that to me like it's honestly still my preferred way to make a track is behind a computer in front of a digital audio workstation. It just works for me because I have the most degree of control over over parameters and like automating those parameters. Like, you know, like, yeah, I could like if I'm like working on a song, I could turn a knob and then it'll stay like that as long as, you know, that knob is turned. But with automation, you could draw a line and that controls like as it gets to that point in the song, it automatically turns the knob for you.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
I mean, that's the game changer. That's
really
that's
game changing.
That's what the whole thing about like, you know, that's where digital music really differs from like analog based like synth module music. I mean, you could do automation and stuff using envelopes, but it's not to that kind of degree, you know, it's like insane. It's insanely detailed. And like, you know, like everything I do on the computer with making music, it's all mimicking like physical shit, except you're not limited by the actual physical element. It's all just like conceptualize and, you know, visualize like the way they do it. So yeah, that's why I still prefer to do it on the computer. But I'm still trying to find ways back into like that live performance aspect where it feels like I'm kind of like playing an instrument instead of just like sitting there pressing play on a track that I've already made, mixed and mastered. At least with that thing, you know, I could like have more of a jam and performance element to it, you know, instead of just sitting there DJing. Even though DJing is cool, I love DJing. I love like just having.
Do you have an album or like a LP or whatever they call it?
Yeah, my EP's out. I've been on Spotify, but the thing is, you haven't heard of it because I don't fucking promote it. It's just what I don't do enough of right now, admittedly.
And could you possibly pay someone to do that or like then they're gonna probably want a percentage on like future royalties, you know?
Yeah, but it's just I understand. Like I don't even bother with that because like with my material, I still don't have like I don't think I have like that one branded sound yet. I mean, I have competency in all sorts of sounds. But it's not like people think of Chris Komodo and think of one signature sound. They think of probably Chris Komodo who could kind of like pretty much mess around with every genre and produce a good track from any genre. But like it doesn't really define yourself, you know? So I feel like once I get to that point, and that's another reason why I'm going to the machine, because I'm hoping like that will kind of contribute to me finding kind of my own signature style I'm going to go with, you know, maybe not sound. So, like, yeah, the way I make music now, I mean, in front of the computer, it's my favorite way to do it. But that's only because it's the most comfortable to me. And it's obvious because I could just pull so many tutorials. So many people make it the same way. So you could, like, see how many different people do it and learn so much that way. But with, like, more hardware-based performances, I feel like that allows me to apply what I've learned conceptually into a more, like, performance-based arena. And that's why I'm doing it. And that's where I'm at, I think, with music production. And also, like, I don't know, shit like hip-hop and trap and shit, it's just not as fun to make, you know, when you're just, like, drawing patterns on a computer as opposed to, like, being able to, like, push the buttons.
Actually physically, like, make the beat with your hand.
Yeah. But, you know, the way I do it now, it's, like, I'm saying, like, why not both? Like, why not have the fucking best of both worlds? Like, because we have the technology for it. So that's just what I've been,
you gotta move up with the times.
Yes, sir.
Do you see anybody playing, like, a harp from the fucking 1800s, you know, like?
Yeah, I mean, what the cool part is, like, you know, if you have something like a MIDI controller and a good DAW, you could just any sound, you know, you record it off your iPhone or just you saw off YouTube or clip from anything you're watching on Netflix. You just clip that, you know, and sample it and do whatever the fuck you want with it. Make a whole song out of it, you know. And I don't know. I mean, it feels like it's easier now than it was to be creative. But I also recognize, you know, there's probably like a learning curve. When you first start out, you're not going to know what the fuck you're doing. You're just going to be pretty lost and overwhelmed is the word, with like stuff. But for me, it took a long time to really get a solid idea of what I was doing because I started from none of that. And it's also like, it's also, I think it's still hard to get into because first of all, it's not like classical music. Like if I want to be a guitarist in a rock band, even if I took like clarinet in middle school, that would still immensely help because it's still based on kind of like the classical notations of music and rhythm. And, you know, that's stuff that could really carry over and transfer on like analog instruments, for example. But when it comes to like music production, hardware shit, digitally produced music, like electronic music, it's like a whole different rule set, because it's focused less on music theory. I mean, the music theory is still there. You still have to know your scales. You still have to know
I'm sure
your
there's
notes.
a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, but at the same time, what ends up becoming more important, since that becomes so rudimentary and so controlled, what becomes even more important then is the dynamics, the texture of the sound, the way the sound pulsates, the way the sound mutilates, the changes, or like the different frequencies. You know, like that's another thing.
Can you see music?
What do you mean?
Some people can physically like see music. Apparently, Kanye West can see music.
I mean, I could visualize it in my head.
Yeah. Okay.
So the way I see it is like, all right. So I have thoughts on that. Now, if you look at something like any given tool for like music production, like a type of effect, there's the EQ. It's an equalizer, and what the equalizer does is, so like let's say you're behind like, you know, one of those thousands of dollars worth of studio equipment with the sliders and the faders.
Right. Yep.
So you see them, like when those guys like, yo, I'm in the studio right now, I'm recording the next
I know
album.
all that.
Yeah. So what they're doing is like, you know, a lot of what they're doing is they're EQing. So like, let's say they have the instrumentals come in, the bass sound come in, the synths, and then the vocals. You can't just mash that together and just like adjust volumes and hope it'll sound good together, because all those sounds exist along a frequency spectrum. And the thing about like, say, different types of sounds is they are strongest in different frequencies. Like the bass is strongest in the lowest frequency. The synths and the vocals are like really mid and high heavy. So what ends up happening is like, if you don't mix right, if you don't EQ very specific parts away from like sounds, you try to play the bass and the kick drum together, for example, and it sounds mad muddy. That's why you need professionally mixed tracks, you know, because that's the difference. If you just like mash it together, it's gonna sound like fucking dog shit, as opposed to if you really take your time to EQ everything, then set the gain and compress everything and really get down to mixing, which has nothing to really do with creativity, as opposed to like objective perspective, you know, like. So yeah, it's crazy, and I could see how like it's definitely two completely different ways of thinking. So I completely understand why there was a time when you had musicians and engineers, and you know, like mastering engineers and specialists, because like it's two completely different mindsets. You know, it's like one guy's just worried about playing the song right, even making it in key, make sure it's in tune, you know, and making sure that it's in rhythm with the other musicians. And then you give those to the sound engineer who could worry about like the sound dynamics and the frequency spectrum and all that shit. But, you know, when you're a music producer now and everything's at your fingertips, there's really no reason not for you to not just do the whole thing top to bottom, you know, like fuck it.
I mean, if you're gonna do anything, you gotta put 100% into it. There's no need to like half-ass it.
That's the point I'm getting at. It's like maybe at one time it didn't make sense for one person to reasonably be in charge of the whole production of the recording and everything, but now it's not like that. One kid in his fucking bedroom pajamas could fucking produce like some pro quality shit, you know, like just look at Martin Garrix, you know, like he's like a world famous act, and he was on FL Studio when he was like fucking 13 or 11 or some shit. By the time he was playing packed out fucking festivals, he was like 17 years old. He was like a millionaire playing fucking EDM at 17 for festivals.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Well, it's also timing. You know, at the time, it wasn't quite public knowledge just how accessible and how like possible it was for like a person to just produce absolute bangers from like their own home studio. But now we live in such times. So it's like, I guess it's good and bad, because in one sense it's awesome, but in another sense it's so like the market's so flooded, you know, you have it's congested, so many people doing the same thing.
Very competitive.
But my thing is that just pushes you to be more creative, you know, like you got to do that.
Yeah. You got to like, the cream rises to the top, you know, so.
And honestly, what were you saying?
No, sorry, finish your thought, because I was going to go off track.
Well, when I was doing the machine stuff, I just got to tell, like, even if you know what you're doing, it's still fucking hard. So, like, I'm still not worried. Like, I think, like, the steps that I'm at, like, it's still going to be cool, because I don't know too many people who are doing this right now. Like, I know a lot of people DJing. I know a lot of people producing. But as for people, like, really trying to, like, master a performance-based production system, like, on a machine or on an MPC pad, I mean, you see plenty of that out there, but they use it for completely different purposes. Like, you know, a lot of those guys would use such a machine You ever see like like the finger drumming guys, like they just have a pad and then they just doing
Yeah,
dope
of course.
remixes and they have like contests and shit. Yeah, like that's just padding out. And then you have like
That's essentially what you were doing just now.
yeah. But then like instead of just padding out, like you could actually put together songs on the fly, and because the systems are a little more advanced than just samplers.
Well, it depends on what sound bites you have too. I'm assuming.
Of course, yeah. But the idea is like basically all the stuff that I could do on that computer, I could do in that one unit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so like it's kind of like working. It's like technology's developing like in a circular fashion.
You got any heroes?
What?
Heroes, like anybody you idolize, or like maybe someone you'd be starstruck. Maybe not starstruck, but like someone that you would want to be in the industry with, I guess.
It's hard to say. I mean,
like who would you want to? You take a 50% pay cut right now, but you can be rubbing elbows with the right people to be making millions of dollars in a couple of years. You got, so who would you want to rub elbows with?
it's a really, really, really good question. Honestly, nobody. My ideal goal was always like, I would become so self-sufficient as a music producer, where skill-wise, not only could I perform, I could produce, I could play instruments. If I had to, I could rap or do vocals or whatever. Like play guitar, play bass. If I could do all of that shit, and then like from like once I developed those skills, then started just pumping, because like I'm always pumping out tracks, like I'm always like producing. So like as my skills develop, I've noticed my tracks change with it. My tracks evolve too. So if I get to a point where just get so good and people can't ignore it, that's when I'm going to start reaching out for collaborations, or I'm going to start offering to work for free. I'm going to be like, people who I believe in, like if I see like a vocalist who I'm like, honestly, I think you're really good. Here's my work. Here's what I can do. Here's what I can make. Here's what I have made. I can make you a fucking star or something, or I'll make you a banger. I'll produce you a banger. That's the kind of position I'd like to be in, because like, it's not like there's given one industry, like I have heroes in just this industry. It's like I like all kinds of music.
For sure.
I like a lot of like world music, like stuff for like exotic shit, like exotic Arabic instruments, like the sitar type shit.
Well, the reason I asked that question is, have you ever met any of your heroes? Because sometimes meeting your heroes ain't what you think it's going to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. Like I don't have idols like that. I really.
I used to. So like I wanted to save the story for the podcast. Was when I met Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
So, Ric Flair saved me from going to jail.
Oh shit.
He doesn't know it, so I'm gonna save the story for the podcast. There was a wrestling show in Queens. The show was called House of Glory. There's a podcast that we listened to, me and my friend Rob at the time, or we're still friends. I don't know what I said at the time, but anyway. There's a podcast called JD from NY.
Yeah.
He's a wrestling podcast for those who are into wrestling. Check it out. And he is a commentator over at House Glory. So Ric Flair showed up for a signing, and there was going to be a whole wrestling show. It was $80 to see Ric Flair. Yeah. We waited on a long-ass line. Now, me and my friend Rob, we smoke Major League potheads.
Major League potheads, baby.
And we fucking smoke till our eyes like bleed. Anyway. You can spark another G if it's more convenient.
No, I want to smoke a spliff.
Okay, so anyway, we go see Ric Flair. So I had a Funko Pop of Ric Flair. My friend Rob had a Funko Pop of Ric Flair. Yeah. And the person in front of Rob in line had a Funko Pop of the same Ric Flair. So by the time it got to me, Ric Flair had to sign the third one. So I see Ric Flair. It's my time. I paid my $80. I'm very excited. I waited on a long line. And there's the man. Woo! He's there, right?
Oh, no.
I sit down next to him.
Yo, come closer.
I sit down next to him, and I'm like, "Hey, Rick, it's an honor to meet you. You're the man." Says absolutely nothing to me. We sit down, I'm like, "Hey, I wanted to break the tension a little bit, because he's just not saying anything to me." I'm like, "Rick, it's funny that you had to sign 3 of these Funko Pops in a row. Isn't that crazy?" Says nothing to me.
Oh no.
We take the picture, smile. All right, Rick, it was nice meeting you, man. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Says nothing to me. And I walked away. So now I have my signed Funko Pop. I'm fucking pissed a little bit, but whatever. It's Ric Flair. He's the man. Who the fuck am I? I'm a peasant to him, right? So yeah. I leave, and I'm going to go smoke my joint before the wrestling show. because the signing was before the wrestling show, and then everybody gets their shit. So me and Rob were driving around. At this time, the oils are Kingpens. You remember the Kingpens?
No.
Kingpen was a brand like back in like 2015, 2016, and that's when like the THC oils first came out. If you got busted with them, it was possession of a controlled substance. So we had a bunch of them on us, and we had weed on us. So Rob doesn't make he makes it right without signaling. Whoop whoop. Cops pull us over. They're like, "What the fuck are y'all doing out here?" Right? They take us out of the car. They call a backup car because they found all the shit. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to jail. Like, we're going at least to like lockup, and it's the weekend. It's Friday, so we're not going to see the judge till Monday. And we're in Queens. We're from Staten Island. So he's like, "Why the fuck y'all out here?" We're like, "Oh, we came here for a wrestling show." He's like, "Don't lie to us." It's like, "No, we just met Ric Flair." They're like, "What?" And I'm telling you, they already called the second car to come get us.
Yeah.
They're like, "Where's Ric Flair?" Because again, this is literally around the stadium from where like we drove from. We pointed to the building. We were like, "There, Ric Flair's in that building," and like they said, "Prove it." And like we showed them our phone. We showed the picture, and we showed them the Funko toy because I still have the picture on my phone. I'll show you later. And then they let us go. And they said, "Have a good night, boys."
They didn't want to ruin your night.
No, they wanted to meet Ric Flair.
Oh shit.
They wanted to meet, and they're cops, so like you could just go right in, cut the line, because like they had cops in front of the building already because there's man security. I mean, it's Ric Flair, bro. Like you can't just walk up on Ric Flair.
But if you're
the dude online that was collecting the money was like a big, broad, black dude. This guy had like diamonds in his chains, looked like a fucking rapper, bro. Like. And then I sat next to Ric Flair, bro, and I looked at his rollie. No, that lighter I don't think worked. Beautiful. The Ric Flair rollie was beautiful. But Ric Flair's the man. Of course, he's gonna have limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. Woo! So I met my hero, Ric Flair.
And it sucked.
It sucked, but he saved me from getting arrested.
His one final act of grace.
He's still alive, and he just recently had a wrestling match.
No, this is his gift of letting you go. Like he's like instead of
I'll take it.
Instead
Imagine he was mad nice to me, but instead I got arrested.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of leaving you with 100% sour grapes, it's bittersweet.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine he was so nice to me. No, imagine he was fake nice to me, and he talked to me, and then I was like, "No, the cops like Ric Flair's there." He's like, "I've never seen this boy before in my life." Imagine I could have just went like that instead.
Yeah.
You got me smoking a spliff, you sick man.
Oh, give me that back then, little boy.
Little boy, I'm about to face me a Jeter then.
Little boy.
Little boy blue.
Don't face that, bro.
I face Jeters all the time. I face a Jeter on the way here.
Oh my God, face it.
Are you kidding me? I have another jar. We can always smoke another Jeter together, baby. Baby.
I smoke too much, but if I stop smoking, then the nightmares come.
The nightmares.
Can't
yeah,
have
the
that.
nightmares come.
Yep. The nightmares.
I had a dream that I had $5,000 check just deposited into my account, so I'm ready for that. I need a $5,000 check. I need $20,000. If anybody wants to donate $20,000 to Terrorisk Podcast or just me, Justin Master Pascal, or my Cash App is $ Justin Master, 20 grand would be sick. Thank you.
Good promoting, man. Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah. Who got 20K for the kid?
For my partner here, a partner of Terrorisk. Daze.
You ever snarl when you ate pussy?
I mean, people don't know this, but there's definitely like
There's a method to the madness.
There's an underground crime element to Terrorisk. We have a syndicate, a secret syndicate within our ranks.
There's what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Terrorisk is bigger than us, man.
Did I just sign up for Fight Club just now?
You signed up for domestic terror. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness. I'm not part of this show. I do not authorize my usage or my likeness.
Nah, man.
Blur my face out and put the Darth Vader voice on me.
Nah, we're a non-violent, peaceful organization. We're peaceful activists. Activists on our fight against boredom and hopelessness and the general miasmic march towards death and misery. That's what we're fighting against.
Yes.
It's an unwinnable battle for sure, but it's a fight worth fighting because if you don't fight it,
Listen, if you're depressed, eat 8 grams of mushrooms, bug the fuck out, lose your fucking mind, be somewhere safe when you do it, and then when you come out, you're going to be fucking ecstatic.
hell's yeah, boy.
That's it. I recommend that shit to everybody.
Yo, I feel mad dumb for not using this GoPro. It's way better.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah,
It looks really nice.
definitely. This is gonna be our new.
Good.
It's gonna be
You
our
ever
new
see
camera.
Bruce Almighty? It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I like that.
Are you a Jim Carrey fan?
Yeah. I think he's had a lot of misses, and I think he's kind of a dick in real life, but I like his shit. I liked Ace Ventura. I liked.
Do you like any of his serious movies? Like
I liked Liar Liar.
like 23, I think there was one, and
I wasn't too crazy on Dumb and Dumber.
it's all right, but he made a lot of money for Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
He's another guy just like manifested what he wanted.
Yeah, he was fucking out of his mind. It's like
I'm a little out of my mind though. I think I could do it.
Yeah, Robin Williams too. He was also crazy. Crazy good, crazy gay, good and gay.
Sir Robin was gay.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Oh well, I don't know if Robin Williams is gay.
You son of a bitch.
You just asked, and I was like, yes. If anyone asks if anyone is gay, I'm just gonna say yes. Yes. Is this guy gay? Yes. Are you gay? Yes. I am gay now. I'm okay with it though. Who is that? Who that? Who calling you? Who calling you, Justin?
Nunya.
Nunya? Who's Nunya?
Nunya business.
Oh shit.
Nunya. Recording podcast. I put my phone on silent for you. You're welcome.
Do you know about Ligma?
Do I know about Sigma?
Ligma.
What's Ligma?
Ligma nuts.
No, thank you.
Do you know about Sugma?
Yeah, I'm good though. I'm off this. No, thank you.
Oh,
Sigma
oh man.
That's funny.
Yo,
What's up?
how about them glory holes at nightcap?
Bro, I know nothing about that. I bet you somebody that's been on this podcast knows something about that, though.
Somebody with a penis pump, you mean?
Somebody with a penis pump addiction, yeah.
It's not an addiction. I
It's
think
addiction.
it's not
It's an
addiction. It's
addiction.
prescriptive, Justin. It's been prescribed literally by a doctor. It's not just fucking around.
Okay.
You don't know what it's like, all right?
I don't. I'm sorry. Should I be fucking...
I shouldn't talk to you like
You
I
should
know what
talk
it's
down
like.
to me?
I-
I'm a damn child?
I should
Sit on your high fucking stool, pointing your finger at everybody?
I should have talked to you like I know what it's like either, but still, like, we don't know what it's like, all right? We got to cut him some slack.
Leave this man alone.
I'm telling you to leave him alone.
I
Leave him
am.
alone.
You brought it up. You brought it up on the podcast.
You fucking leave him alone.
Call me the N-word earlier.
Never in my life. This man has no idea what he's talking about. He's just smoking too much weed. He's absolutely insane.
It's a good
End
episode.
quote.
End quote. You want some of this G or no?
Yeah, I'll take that G.
Derek G. You gonna let me
Fuck.
smoke this shit alone?
This is
The GoPro is very nice though. It's definitely an improvement.
yeah.
Like I said, I think the video editing needs to come soon instead of just like a straightforward shot. I think a guest needs to have the camera. Any guest that you have moving forward gets that mic. Just
Yo.
assume that every guest you have is too dumb to use a microphone.
Yo, you know what I think you're ready for? I think you're ready for a live broadcasted episode. It's like those episodes where I broadcast it
Caw-caw.
as I film it.
I want to get a new tat. I want to get this tatted. Oh, whoa, chair almost broke. I want to get this tatted, but drawn better by a professional, not a goofy boy like me.
Yeah, next episode I'm definitely gonna switch it up a lot. First of all I'm gonna use that mixer so that we don't have to deal with this fucking bullshit stereo separation that I have to do.
This
after.
that's what on the bottom.
What?
What's that on the bottom? That's the stereo. That's that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
that's my interface. So what the interface does, it allows those speakers to talk to my computer. Because normally those speakers don't just like, you can't just plug it like USB, like a regular set of computer speakers.
Okay.
They're monitor speakers. So you have to you have to have that in between both of those things, both of those factors to be able to use that. And the thing about that interface, it also has input, meaning you could plug in like a regular microphone, like a stage microphone into it, so the computer could read that as well. It's an interface, you know.
I see, said the blind man.
It's an audio interface. And yeah, so since like I'm all about like fucking around with signal processing, that's what I do as an electronic music producer. I think we could do some fun shit, you know, like I want to use the sampler pad so that we could do like the do.
Do you have a soundbite of Chris Komodo, like somebody saying Chris Komodo, or you saying Chris Komodo, or just like because you know how like rappers have like on their beat, it'll be like a soundbite, and it's like a soundbite that's on every song they produce.
Yeah,
and then the beat drops.
Yeah, like a watermark, an audible watermark.
Essentially, yes. You need one of those.
I could do that. That's if I really went out of my way to produce.
It doesn't even have to be you that even says it. It could be like a girl's voice or
that's
something like
saying
that.
if I go out of my way to produce like
Chris Komodo. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's if I go out of my way to produce songs for like if I go out of my way to produce songs for like rappers and shit.
I think you should.
Yeah, probably.
I think you should do whatever you want.
It's just so much I can do.
But rap is just so in right now.
I can't believe you just said that.
It is.
Rap has always been in, dude. Rap has always been fucking cool. In fact,
cool as fuck. So why don't do what makes money?
Yeah.
Yo, listen, if the money's right, if they tell you to make a fucking country song for fucking 30 mil, cut the check. I'm making a country song tomorrow.
Do you think I'm like, you know what I could do? Do you think I'm good enough for that? Like where I could reliably approach other people trying
Listen, I heard that little hook and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It definitely needs improvement. But even that dude said
that was like, that was just put together, you know.
I like it. I was getting ready to spit on it. I don't even fucking spit.
Yeah. It's cool shit. I could definitely do a lot with that. I remember I showed my ex and Frosh that. I was like, I showed them the original song. I was like, this would make a sick sample. And they were looking at me like I was dumb. I was like, nah, I'm not dumb.
It does make a sick sample, honestly.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not dumb. You guys are dumb. And they were like, okay, whatever you say,
like
Chris.
I said, so how does it go? I released the album. Dude, how does the hook go?
I've got a record player.
I've got a record player.
Yeah. That was made in 2014.
That blew my hair back or something like that.
Yeah, that blew my hair back. Oh wait, no, dyed my hair blue something. I don't know. I'll show it to you later.
It was good. I think
I'll show it to you when it's a full remix, man.
I think like not that whole loop. Maybe you play that whole loop once, right? I think like how you're doing. I got a record player. I got a record player. Then did the whole loop and then ended with. Scrape them up.
Mm-hmm.
Scrape them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, I think that was good. And then like you did the three. I loved everything about it, man.
Yeah.
That made me want to do music. Looking at that, like, it was cool as fuck.
Yeah, it took a little bit to figure out.
I'm just a guy on the outside looking in, you know. I'm not in the game.
I had to. I don't know.
I am not in the game, as they say.
Yeah. I said like I don't necessarily know where it's gonna go, but I'm definitely past the point of no return. Because if someone were to ask me, it's like, can you teach me like what you do? I was like, no, I could not. Like I would want to, even if I didn't want to, is irrelevant. Like it would just be, there's just so much. It's so much shit. Because like I said, it's like two completely different perspectives of music trying to like reconcile with each other in one person's brain. It's really hard.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, you know. You know what's another thing I wanted to ask you? I think your fans would want to know. What's your favorite dish to cook? Like, what's the favorite?
Spicy pork.
Spicy pork?
I said I'd make that for you. I got to make that for you.
I believe you. I'm fine with that, but...
It's my favorite. It's so savory and fatty and delicious. You'd fucking love it.
I believe it. I wasn't a big pork guy, but now I turned around. I dig on swine now.
Yeah.
Pork is good. I used to not eat pork.
Yeah. Yo, you know what? You know what I could teach you how to do? I could teach you how to DJ.
You think I'd be a good DJ?
Anybody could be a good DJ, dude. I mean, look, I say this all the time. I'm like, DJing is like, it takes 5 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master.
Yeah, that's anything, though.
What?
That's anything. I could teach you how to play Yu-Gi-Oh in 5 minutes, but it takes that fucking 20 years to master that game.
Yeah, but DJing is sick.
Yeah, DJing is sick.
I could show you how to do it. I could show you how to spin tracks. You like playing video games, don't you?
Nah.
No?
I used to, man. Like, I got God of War. I'm, like, barely playing it, honestly.
I think DJing is, like, it's kind of like, it's an intense kind of, like, gaming.
I was so hyped for this game to come out. I don't even give a fuck. Whatever happens, happens. If I die tomorrow, I won't fucking regret not finishing God of War. Like, it's not the end of the world to me.
Yeah.
Video games like don't do it for me no more. They used to. Like you said earlier, I think you said it on another episode I was on. It's been a bad year for video games, and I kind of agree. I think the only other game it's going to be God of War or I think Elder Scrolls. I think that's the other game that came out this year. That's it. Those are only two competition for game of the year.
It has been a bad year for gaming. I mean, I discovered PC gaming, so I'm probably going to be kept occupied for a long ass time.
I've been trying to meditate every day.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 5 minutes. Sit with my eyes closed, sit up, just breathe.
It's good.
Feels good.
It's good.
But I don't know. I'm trying it. It's only been 2 days, but every morning I've woke up for the last 2 days. I just like sat, breathe, instead of like looking at my phone.
Yeah.
You know, like if my alarm goes off, that's different. You know, my alarm goes off, I turn my alarm off, and then I'll sit up. Make sure I sit up though, because if I lay back down, it's snoring time. You know, but then I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, jump in the shower.
You know, they say that moment when you right before you fall like right asleep, like that moment between like being awake and going to sleep, and that moment right after you wake up, like in between being asleep and being awake, that moment is when you're the most creative.
The moment when you wake up and go to sleep, in between then?
The moments in between of being awake and being asleep. Like, you know that kind of like half asleep feeling? You
Yeah, I know.
like that? Yeah, like that moment. That is when you're like the most creative.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So like
I usually just wake up in a fucking blur.
it's
Because
got
I
to
smoke
do
so much weed, I don't fucking even have dreams anymore.
it's got to do with your different brain states. Like apparently your brain follows like different frequencies, like your brain waves follow different frequencies or whatever, like with between different various states of consciousness. And when you're in that kind of like in between sleep and consciousness state, you're at your most like, I guess, creative, like exploratory. You know, you explore. You're most open to ideas and shit. So like, you know, if you were to try to harness that, you could say like, oh, you sit in a comfy chair with like a ball in your hand, and once you start to drift off, you drop the ball, and then that just immediately wakes you up, and then you start writing or whatever it is you fucking do.
I don't know how that would relate to me because I don't write or do music.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, even if it was like fitness, so I'm not like a big fitness freak. I don't go to the gym all the time because obviously look at me, I'm fucking skinny fat. But
Skinny fat.
I'm into like fitness. I know how to like do like certain exercises and shit. But
Yeah.
like maybe instead of like waking up, maybe I could just do a different exercise that I never did. You know, I just find something creative to do.
For sure.
Whatever it is that you guys do out there. Same thing for y'all.
I do want to start riding bikes with you, man. We got to get you a bike built.
A bike would fucking skinny me out. I'd be like under 200 pounds in no time.
Yeah, I'd ride with you like every day.
I'd be a skinny, lean fuck.
Yeah, let's get you a bike, man.
I don't know if I want to be lean.
What?
I don't know if I want to be like lean. I think I want to be like not burly, but like
Yeah, but you could go
stocky a
on, you
little
go on
bit.
really fun, badass adventures on a bicycle.
I don't know.
Like riding through the city, you go crazy and shit. You see
I
crazy
definitely
shit.
ride the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Faux show. Faux show.
I was like, we could get rowdy.
Would you ride your bike into Jersey? I think the Bayonne Bridge, you can ride your bike over there, or the Gotho's one of them.
I have ridden it in Jersey. I've ridden my bike in a lot of weird places, like upstate.
You've rode your bike up to upstate?
No, like I drove upstate with my bike.
That's different. I'm saying like right now, you can drive to fucking Port Richmond on your bike
Yeah.
and get on the Bayonne Bridge.
Yeah, I know.
and then drive into Jersey if you needed to.
Yeah.
And then you could just keep going deep into Jersey. What if you did across country? Like, what if you had enough money? Like, let's say you had
I'd have to get a different bike for that. I can't do that on my bike.
$100,000.
What?
$100,000.
No, you don't need that much money. You could do it with like 1,000.
Ride your bike across country with $1,000.
With the right bike. The right bike would probably cost me like a few G's. Like,
No, I'm not talking about riding. I'm talking about expenses, time on the road,
yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost you $1,000.
Yeah, you just have your camp. You'd ration all your food. You could do it all. Yeah. It's not a problem. People do it a lot. The only thing is it's time and commitment. Because the thing is, like, a lot of shit will go wrong. Like, you'll get flats. That's why you have to carry spare tubes with you. You know, it's not a big deal. You just fix your flat. Other times, it could be like inclement weather. It can be an unexpected injury that forces you to turn back. And it could just be where you fuck up, like you're just not prepared. But preparation is most of it. Like, you got to be sufficiently prepared. Because if you're underprepared, that's the shit that's gonna make you like take a train all the way back. You know.
Where's the one place you would want to drive your bike? If like
fucking Florida, hands down. I would go
Really?
south. Yeah, that'll be a sick fucking trip. Like the further south you go, just the warmer.
No, like even if you had to take your plane on the bike, like I'm sorry, if you had to take your bike on a plane and then fly out to Florida, you would want to be in Florida driving your bike.
No, I mean
The reason I ask, there's a wrestler, John Moxley,
yeah,
and when he trains, he lives in Vegas, Nevada.
yeah.
So he just takes his mountain bike and he just rides through the desert for hours.
Damn.
So like, yeah, I was gonna ask, like, you want to just would it be rather be in like a desert mountain climate? Would you rather be like kind of just like on like state roads or like in the city or like I don't know? So he rides in the desert to train, like that's what he does.
Oh, you mean where? Like I thought you meant
Like
like
what-
where would I travel to?
Yeah, I mean you could try that whatever question
No,
you
like,
want.
like
yeah.
where would I ride to starting from here?
Because me, like I have an obsession with the mid Southwest.
No, I would go to California, dude.
Yeah, I want to go to fucking like Albuquerque and Phoenix and like that area. I want to be like out there.
To Cali. I want to really go to Cali for the bike riding. You'll find all sorts of cool shit there. You'll find cool trails. You'll find like beach paths. It's awesome.
Y'all might catch me in Albuquerque one day. Albuquerque,
New Mexico.
New Mexico, Bugs Bunny.
What about would you ever go to real Mexico?
I've been to real Mexico.
Is it shitty there?
There's a show called Breaking Bad, and and obviously Better Call Saul in the Breaking Bad universe. Anytime they're in Mexico,
Yeah.
they film it in like all like yellow, whatever that, and that's exactly how it is when you go there. It's scary how depicted it is, but holy shit, yeah, everything is basic. No, but I had a good time. I had a good time in Mexico. I've been to Jamaica twice. I've been to Italy. I've been to Haiti. Holy fuck, am I never going to Haiti again? Oh my god, the people looked at like they wanted to eat you alive. Holy shit.
What were you doing in Haiti, bro?
So I booked a
okay.
cruise. I know, I'm just strolling away. Sorry guys, I'm back. So booked a cruise with my ex, my second or third ex from many years ago. We booked a cruise, and the cruise stopped in Mexico, Jamaica, and Haiti. And my God, Haiti was a shit show. I'd never go back to Haiti again. But we went ziplining, and ziplining is cool. But holy shit, is it scary? Because like we ziplined from a mountain back down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to the top of this mountain, we had to get on this like what looked like a refugee bus with no windows or walls, and they just had guys standing on the outside with guns. And then we had to drive through the town because we got off the resort to get to the top of the mountain. Never ever, if you go to Haiti, never ever leave that resort. Don't you ever fucking even think about it.
What did you see?
Bro, they're just seeing savages. They're seeing like people with no souls. You know, they just had bug eyes and they were like ready to fucking eat anything that moved.
Oh my
Anything. It's so scary, bro. I would never want to ever. I'm too Americanized to go
You're like
there.
shaking right
I'm too soft to go there. I'm drifting away again.
You're like shaking at the thought of Haiti.
Never going back to Haiti. If I go to next time I go to Haiti, I'm dying out there. There's no way I'm making it back. Bro, they're fucking ripping me to shreds. So we get to the top of this mountain. You do like a baby zip line, you know, to like warm you up for it's about to come. And then you get to the top of the mountain and you just see Yo, you know if this shit snaps, you're dead. 100%. There's no chance because you're so high up. You can zip line down the mountain, and that shit was cool because, like, you know, after you like get past the fear part and you're just zip lining, now you're just over the beach, and now you're just like it's like sunny, the ocean, sand. You still look down, you know you're gonna die, but hey, look, if you're gonna die, just enjoy the view, right?
Yeah.
So and then you get down to the beach, and it's all good, and it was fun. But then we got immediately back on the boat. I don't think there was any other excursions that we did.
Wait,
over
so
there.
you went over the whole city?
Yeah, we're over the whole resort. So it was like a beach side resort.
Yeah.
And they had like a bunch of excursions on the outside. And they had like pools and shit and drinks and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
One of the excursions was zip lining off this mountain. But the scary part was that you have to leave the resort on this refugee bus. It was like a bus that looked like it was hollow. It just had seats. And guys stood on the outside with AK-47s to protect us. Because if these motherfucking savages got out of control, they had to get popped. They had to go. We are American citizens in a foreign country, in a third world country. I have nothing against Haitian people. I don't. But I'm not going to Haiti, so I'm sorry.
All right, no Haiti.
Never again. I'll go back to Jamaica. Jamaica is fucking awesome. I'll go back to Jamaica tomorrow.
Everyone's chilled out in Jamaica.
Jamaica is fucking litty too titty.
What do
Holy
they do out there
hell.
in Jamaica?
Everything. Whatever the fuck you want.
Really?
I was walking down the street in Jamaica, and this guy was like, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Right? And my girl was like, why is he saying that? And I was like, bitch, he's got cocaine on him. He's trying to sell us cocaine. She's like, how do you know? You're such a drunk guy. Well, yeah, bitch, I am. What do you expect? I'm sorry. I know what these motherfuckers want to do.
Oh, my God. All right, we got a couple of minutes left on the clock, but damn, that's...
I got stories for days. Let me see. Let me think of another one. Okay, so when I went to Italy, it was so my mother was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she wanted to go on a religious excursion.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on it. Me, my older brother, her boyfriend, and her. We get to the first city, and I think it was Rome. I don't remember because we went on a bunch of cities. Anyway, the first night we're there, I want to hit the town.
Yeah.
You know, like, first of all, I'm a big nerd, so I hit GameStop, right?
In Italy?
Yeah, and I got Italian Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
And I sold them when I got back to America because foreign cards go for more money.
Okay.
So I bought some Italian Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was out there. Made a couple of bucks when I got back to the States.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to hit the town at that night. You know, like, I did my nerd shit during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go drinking at night. Now I want to be fucking lit, Justin. So I'm going out. My brother doesn't want to go out with me.
Aw.
Fucking scumbag, right?
Yeah.
So I go bar hopping by myself in a random city in Italy where people get human trafficked, right?
Without a kid.
Go to the first bar, have like 2 or 3 drinks. I'm not really feeling the vibes. Kind of like an old man pub. I leave. Go to another bar. Kind of like a nightclub, but I'm like kind of shy. I wasn't really feeling it. I left. Go to the third bar. Now I'm having a good time. There's like younger people, but it's kind of small. But everybody's like having fun. So I'm like, I'm going to hang out here. Having a couple of drinks, you know, I'm chilling by the bar by myself. And then I'm like, how much is a shot? And he said $2, €2, which is insane to me. So I'm looking around the room, and I never did it before, and I'm on vacation. I'm like, fuck it, I'm buying a round for the bar. I did. It was only like $16. I think it was like $30. I think there was 16 people.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, $30, fuck it. That's it. American boy want to buy everybody a shot. Did it. It was cool. Everybody's fucking hanging out with me. They fucking loving me that I'm American, whatever. Do another round. I'm fucking wasted. I'm fucking wasted because I've already been to 2 other bars before I got here. I blackout drink. So I remember leaving, walking the streets. I blackout fucking drunk. I remember in my blackout drunk stage, and somebody grabbed me. I'm like, get the fuck off me! Get the fuck off me! I thought it was a dream, maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
I wake up, I'm in the fucking hospital.
Oh my god.
I wake up, I'm in the fucking hospital.
Italian hospital.
I'm bugging the fuck out. So I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, where the fuck is my phone? Where's my passport? Bugging the fuck out, right? They have to find someone that speaks English in this hospital because I'm in fucking Italy. Nobody speaks English. So they finally find someone that speaks English. I'm like, all right, yo, listen, I need my phone and I need my passport. I was trying to speak slow because, you know, they speak all Italian, but like English is a second language. So they find my phone, but they don't find my passport.
Oh, no.
And now I'm in this random city. So I walk like a mile. I'm mad dehydrated. I'm walking, right? I'm walking in the city. I'm all fucked up. Also, the night before, just a little short story. I bought this pink hoodie. It was like an off-white hoodie. And it was cheaper in Italy than it was in the States. So I was like, I could flip it or I could just wear it. So I wanted to wear it one night because I looked fly. And then I was probably going to sell it, right? Still had the tags on, everything, right? So I'm wearing it out. It looks fucking fly. It's fly as fuck. It's like a pink and white hoodie. Yeah. Wearing black jeans with it, you know. I'm looking fly. So I wake up. This thing is covered in the shots. Like, they were green shots. They were these like green shots that we had at the bar. Green vomit all over it. Threw that shit out. Oh my god! Because also it's mad hot out. So I only have my phone at this point. I don't have my passport, and I'm walking like a mile, or maybe like a mile and a half. I finally find like the block of where my hotel is on, but there was like in between that mile I was walking. It was so hot. There was like a grocery store that had water bottles outside. Yeah. Stole a water bottle. Arrest me. At this point, I'm going to fucking die. So I drink the water, and I'm walking. I finally make it back to the hotel, and now my face, I'll show you the pictures later. My face is all scraped the fuck. I never looked in a mirror at this point. I finally get back. I look in the mirror. My face is all fucked up. I have scratches all over my nose, my face. And again, we're on a religious retreat. So I missed the first religious excursion the morning of because I was fucking in the hospital wasted, right? My mom is bugging out. She hasn't heard from me. Oh, no. Everybody thinks I'm dead. We go to dinner. So my mom finally sees me in the hotel room. I tell him I'm okay. The priest that's running the excursion finally sees me. He's like, holy shit. I never heard a priest curse in my life. He was like, what happened to you? I was like, yeah, I had a rough night. I went out of town, you know, did a couple of stupid shit. I explained it to the priest. He's like, well, I hope you got it out of your system. I was like, yeah, it's out. We're in a foreign country. But I DM'd the owner of the bar. When I guess I was so drunk, I DM'd the owner of the bar. Like, I was like, yo, I'll have people follow you. Like, I tell them to go on vacation here. And he DMs me. He's like, yo, we have your passport. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, so long story short, I didn't have to go because I thought I had to call, like, customs and everything. Yeah. No, he DM'd me. He's like, yo. And we were going to leave that night because we were on an excursion, like, pilgrimage. So we go city to city. So that night we were leaving that city. We were only there for the night. So I would have lost my passport in that city. And he DM'd me like hours before we were going to leave. Maybe the night before we left. You were like, yes. I ran to that bar. Because I was like, yo, I remember like, you know, like you're in your drunken state. Yeah. You ever see Beer Fest? Yeah. Remember when he's drunk, he has to like find his way back to the Beer Fest? I think so, yeah. You remember the scene? Anyway, that's how I felt like it was. I had to like remember my way back to the bar, but I found it, got my passport, left town, had dinner. My face was all fucked up. You saved your ass, dude. But I smoked weed. So they also had like CBD weed out there, and they put it in just vending machines. But I didn't know it was CBD weed. They advertised it as real weed. I ended up flushing it down the toilet. I smoked like so. I was trying to just smoke like 3 grams of it to the face. Nothing. Fuck this shit. Oh my god! What a great way to end the episode. Yeah. I think that's it. We'll wrap it up. Yeah. Wrap your willy. Don't be silly. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Adios. Adios, amigos.